We had a big week. We talked about it, 3 games in 7 days. We managed to win the 3 of them, and everything looks much better. Great to start the year the way we've done it, coming here with a very difficult weather as well, conditions, and the team looked very sharp from the start, really willing to go and win the game and attack, score 4 goals, clean sheets, away from home. Big win.
Now I have to keep working on this squad of players to achieve first and foremost a clean sheet. Without that, we will find it very difficult to get out of this position we're in, because you know, our goal tally is not great. We don't have a proven goal scorer on the front line, so getting the clean sheet is the first priority for us. And as we've seen today, and we saw against Leeds, because we leave too many spaces when we try and attack and don't fill them properly, we let too many goals in at the moment, so we have to change our tactics for now.
A week or so has made a big difference to the way Arsenal's season looks, hasn't it? I mean, how have you all turned it round, do you feel?
I feel like it's our attitude, you know, we never stopped working, we never stopped believing that we're good enough to get wins, and, you know, the boss believed in us, he kept trying, you know, and we all just had faith in each other and in ourselves that we can do it, and I'm just happy that we're now playing with much more confidence, and yeah, it's working.
It's freezing, I'll let you go. Thanks.
Oh, it's freezing, yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
He was shivering, wasn't he? He really was. He was brilliant today, and we'll come to some excellent Arsenal play. We sat here, didn't we, just, a couple of weeks ago, and someone was saying that Arsenal are involved in a relegation fight. I'm not sure that's the case. 3 wins, the Gunners are firing. Wright, he's smiling, the world's a better place.
You know something, he said it there, the confidence. They had to keep believing in themselves, but at the same time, the manager, he did take a lot of responsibility on himself in respect of how the team were playing, but they were playing with lack of confidence. People were passing too many sideways passing, and I think that with Saka, with Tierney, with Emile Smith-Rowe, with the way that they want to get forward and create, it's totally changed, and obviously wins are going to help you to
play some lovely stuff.
Brilliant. Like, look at Danny Ceballos straight away there. He knows exactly what Saka's doing. Who, again, today he had a magnificent game. And I think that what's good about what Arsenal have done, they had Saka and Tierney, who were probably our best creative players, both on the same side. Now they've switched them up, it seems a bit more balanced. Another great cross there. In that instance, somebody should have been on the end of that. So when he goes past him here and he cuts inside, this is fantastic. He goes in on his right foot and then he just curls it in. It's just like, it's brilliant to watch. Arsenal playing very, very well at this time. And then this is what Arsenal weren't doing. Look at Emile Smith-Rowe in that nice number 10 area, passing, moving in. Lacazette passed through, then through to Saka, and that's old Arsenal. That's what Arsenal can do, and it's great to see them now with the confidence to do it. And what I love about, again, with Emile Smith-Rowe and the midfielders, we do need more goals from the midfield. And you see, once Saka goes past him, you see him on the edge of the box, getting ready to come in, and he was so unlucky with this. Ajayi plays a 1-2 off the post for him, and great strike, and then there's Lacazette, who deserves these goals, you know.
The impressive thing for me, Wright, today was how many times they got into this position, but then put quality crosses in both from the left and the right hand side, not just whipping them into no one. They've got the bodies in there, and the quality of that for Lacazette to put that in the back of the net, that was the big difference for me. What's changed for you? Because what he was talking about, what I said, I know there's been personnel changes, 6 changes, yes. I think there was from that Everton game that they played. But what do you think's changed?
It's the attitude. He said the attitude and the confidence, and what
confidence, isn't it? You win a game and suddenly you perform how you know.
You've got young players coming in who are playing without fear. You had too many people passing the ball backwards, sideways. Now we're getting it forward, progressing the ball. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I'll come to West Brom in 1 second. Quick quiz question first. Who was the last Scottish player to score for Arsenal in the top flight?
Not Charlie Nicholas.
Charlie Nicholas, 1986. Wow. Who would have thought that one? There you go.
That's a long time. It's great from me.
Looks pretty bleak for the Baggies. He's got a job on his hands here, hasn't he?
Well, Sam said it himself, conceding too many. 39 goals conceded, only scored 11. I mean, he's taken on some tough jobs in his time, Sam, but I think this is probably the hardest. He's going to have to do some serious work in the transfer window.
Yeah.
Challenges he has faced returning to the top flight and trying to save a Premier League team. Let's get his post-match thoughts.
Sam, another perhaps sobering result. What are your overriding feelings after that?
Well, I mean, you know, there's another game gone by where we learn more and more about the players that we have. I think that we've learned an awful lot about the fact that what we can and cannot do, and I think that we've got Blackpool in the FA Cup, where some of the players who have not performed yet will get the opportunity to play. That'll be the final assessment of everybody, and then obviously I think we need to work out a way of trying to make sure we don't be as sloppy as we are at conceding goals, and that seems to be by defending deeper as we did at Man City and as we did at Liverpool. It appears that when we try and go and attack the opposition, when we do try and open up, then we leave opportunities for the opposition, and we're not able to cope, and that's why you see the sort of goals that went in. And in actual fact, I thought we got ourselves back in the game in the second half, and then we scored a goal that got disallowed, but we actually put quite a bit of pressure on Arsenal, and then we went and give us one of the most bizarre goals away again to kill our momentum off and make it 3-0 for Arsenal. So that was the game finished then. Had we got the goal and made it 2-1, who knows, we may have had a bit of a chance, but certainly after the third went in, which was our own fault, our own error, then it was too much to try and climb a 3-0 down here at the Hawthorns.
I say 4 games in 2 weeks, but you've got a bit more time now before the next game. But you feel that you've got a clearer picture of the challenge in hand for everybody.
Yeah, but it's 3 games in a short period of time that's been the problem, of course, and that's recovery time has been so difficult for the players, and us to get any real coaching on the field is nearly impossible at the moment. So having done, was it 3 games in 7 days nearly now, isn't it? So that's taken its toll on the players, and like I said, all we can do is look at the situation and start planning out the players to do their job collectively in terms of as a team, because most of the teams we'll play against are better than we are, and as collectively as a team we have to stick together, we have to be more determined, and we have to defend better, as simple as that. And if that means we have to wait till the right opportunity to attack, as we did at Liverpool in the second half, that's the way we're going to have to do it. Otherwise, we've already proven that when we open up and try and play against Villa, here against Leeds and here against Arsenal, we don't cope very well.
You said you'll look at new players in what is a difficult window. Do you have to prioritise an area, or how do you have to approach this next few weeks?
Well, we have to get a better player than we already have first, and then see if that's available, like you mean. And I think that the squad at this moment in time needs a boost. And if ever I've ever saved a football club in this position, which I've done many times, that's why I'm here. It's always been that we've had the capabilities of bringing new players in January to help and lift the spirits and show the squad that it's improved and we can improve performances and get results.
Thank you, Sam.
Cheers.
So it seems as though it's up to Sam Allardyce to do things his way now, which he clearly said in that interview. He's given them a chance to do things their way, but now it's back to the way he knows.
I think he said a lot in that interview, little kind of pointers or hinters, whether it's recruitment, whether it's finances, I need help, quiet for help, but also the fact, well, when you're a manager, you do it your way. When you go into a club, like any new manager, you put the input on your players. You say, this is what we're going to do. It's not a case of waiting 4 or 5 games to decide we're going to do it my way or the highway. For me, as a manager, this is how we're going to play. We're in trouble. We're going to be hard to beat. And if we can nick a goal, because that's why Sam plays. He plays hard to beat. If we can get a moment or two in the game, we end up winning 1-0 and come away with 3 points. West Brom haven't got time for Sam to go, OK, let's try and play football today. Let's go with 4 or 5 attacking players, And that's what he did today. He tried to go up against an Arsenal team with better players, better footballers, and try and outplay them. He did the same against Leeds, he did the same against Villa. You kind of thought to have little kind of games where I can see what we're doing. He should have been that way from the start for me, Owen, straight from the start. We've got to pick up points. Kind of thought to be expensive.
Well, actually, I mean, if you look back at his 4 games in charge so far, it makes sense what you're saying, because they've conceded 12 goals in 3 home games. They picked up the 1 point at Liverpool, of all teams, but that's just not good enough. I mean, how difficult will it be for them to recover?
Well, I think it's difficult for him because I think that, I think he's got a really good goalkeeper, Sam Johnson. I think who's really good, but I wouldn't say that's a back four that is proper Sam Allardyce back four. I think his best players are in attacking areas, but the problem is they haven't scored yet. And he said he's the one who put them out there to play. Dean Garner's never been a wing back in his life, never will be. He played him as one today against a really good attacking Arsenal team. So Pereira, I think, is a really good ball player. He played today. I thought had some good moments to start the game. But they're the boys you've got to find a way to build around. Defensively, what we say their goal difference was? Minus 28 already.
Minus 28.
After 17 games. That's ridiculous. So if you're minus 28 and you've only scored 11 goals, I think they scored all season, obviously they need to score more as well. So I think he desperately wants a centre forward. I think